You're joking, man. The amount of vaccine we take when we were children, and look at us today, 30, 40, 50 years later. And you're telling me you don't want to take a vaccine to protect your friends, your community, and your country, and get life back to normal in this pandemic? Nah, man. All you're joking. Think about it, my fellow Grenadians, Carriacouans, and Pitimatnicans. Really think about it.
This message is brought to you by the Grenada COVID Crisis Group and the Grenadians United in Virginia.
We are committed Catholics. Listen to us.
Youths like us must be given a hearing.
I am a farmer and I have a story to tell.
I'm a farmer and I too would like to share my story.
Even though we walk over there Sunday to Sunday, we too have a story to tell.
I am a Catholic sometimes and I have things to say. I need someone to listen. I have a lot to say on behalf of single parents.
The Catholic Diocese of St. George's in Grenada has begun a synod process. Pope Francis has involved the Universal Church. Your voice is important. Come, share your story, your experience, and your expectations of church.
Say hello to Grenada's hidden gem, Mandela Court, a Grenadian-owned luxury boutique hotel tucked away in Lansipine. Our fully equipped suites are now complemented by an international standard restaurant and conference room. So whether you're having a formal business event, quaint garden wedding, or just a relaxed dinner for two, you can count on Mandela Court for that luxurious experience. Call today to book your viewing or reservation. We look forward to welcoming you.
The Diocese of St. George's in Grenada presents its 2022 series of Lenten Mission, March 21st to 25th, 7 p.m. nightly. This year's mission will be guided by the theme, "Whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, that you do unto me," reflecting on the scripture, Matthew 25, 31 to 46. Mark your calendar, Monday, March 21st, Sacred Heart, Petite Martinique. Tuesday, March 22nd, St. Patrick's, Hillsborough, Carriacou. Wednesday, March 23rd, Christ the King, Grand Roy. Thursday, March 24th, Blessed Sacrament, Grand Anse. Culminating on Friday, March 25th, St. Martin de Porres, Roman Catholic Church, Crochet, St. Andrew. The 2022 Lenten Mission, March 21st to 25th. We look forward to journeying together. Streaming live on all Good News Catholic Communications platforms.
No frills, just great prices, only at Quartz. We don't just talk about it, we've got it. Save $1,200 off the 65-inch TCL UHD Android TV. Now $3,499. Your choice of a 2-piece bedroom bundle, base and mattress, starting from $1,399. Save $400 off the Samsung 11-kilogram front-load washer. Now just $3,499. Shop with Ready Finance and take advantage of our new payment protection plan and get 1 month free. Only at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
It's Wednesday, 16th March 2022, and you're watching the evening edition of news here on MTV. In the headlines, attorney at law Cajetan Hood claims his client was never interviewed by the Integrity Commission. Former Finance Minister says government reserves the right to change the cap on fuel prices. Close call for one female after the vehicle she was driving overturned in the vicinity of a St. George's school. And in sports, the Spice Boys heads to the UEFA region for the first time. We have the details to these and more after the break.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere. The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Good evening, I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence with the details. Attorney at law Cajetan Hood speaks on the recent developments of his client in an investigation that was conducted by the Integrity Commission. According to a release from the Commission, the investigation is now complete and the findings presented to the Director of Public Prosecution. Attorney at law Cajetan Hood has claimed that the Integrity Commission did not interview his client Ruel Edwards as part of their investigations. His comments to our news desk came following the release of information from the Integrity Commission that they have concluded investigations of alleged corruption at the Marketing and National Importing Board. According to Hood, a completion without engaging his client, who is the subject of the investigation, does not make sense.
The matter had gone so far for so long that it didn't make sense disturbing my client's life any further, because I got the sense, based on interviews with him and discussions and other information, that there was really nothing there to defend, really. So the Integrity Commission, that's maybe a year ago, was free to call him and ask him questions. They have not. If they have finished their investigation, that's interesting.
Edwards, according to his attorney, was employed off island when contacted to be interviewed by the Integrity Commission. However, since they ended the matter giving way for the Integrity Commission to interview his client, nothing happened.
I have no problem with you interviewing him, but you would have to buy a ticket for him to come. You can't expect him to buy a ticket to come for your interview. So they responded saying to me that they were willing to do that. So I said, okay, fine, he needs to get proper notice so he can advise his supervisors and get a sufficient amount of time to travel to and fro based on the particulars of the time you want for the interview. And that was where it was at.
Attorney Hood says while the findings cannot be published, he continues to challenge the basis of the investigation.
if they deem it necessary to conduct an investigation, and I challenged the investigation based on the fact that the Prime Minister made specific reference to my client in a press interview. Our position in the lawsuit was that the Integrity Commission did not have the authority to conduct those investigations because the powers were not brought to the front because of a complaint. There was no complaint made.
Hood reiterates that his client at no time refused to be engaged by the Integrity Commission.
If they come forward with any findings that are published without giving him a hearing to respond to whatever accusations they are, I will surely challenge him. He didn't refuse to take any interview with the Integrity Commission. So we were waiting on the Integrity Commission if they felt there was anything that he needed to answer to contact us so that he could come for the interview. They did not contact us.
According to the release from the Integrity Commission, having completed its inquiry, the Commission shared its report with the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, the DPP, in accordance with the Integrity in Public Life Act, Section 44(2), and with collaborating stakeholders who lent their expertise in accordance with Section 12, subsection 2b. The release added that the Commission will share further information following the completion of the stakeholder review process. Attorney at law Cajetan Hood also shed some light on another matter involving his client that is before the court.
We are challenging the decision to terminate his contract. There were about, I think, close to 2 years left on his contract. It was a fixed term contract. And there was no complaint regarding his job at all at the Ministry of Finance. The PSC obviously decided to terminate his contract based on perception outside there, which was wrong because one, we challenged what was said in the media and we succeeded, yes, and now the Integrity Commission didn't seem to have any need to interview him at all. So all of that was for nothing. A poor Grenadian citizen, a very bright, articulate, professional, who international organizations are seeking to hire for his skill, was dragged through the mud for nothing.
Former Finance Minister Nazim Burke says government reserves the right to change the cap on fuel prices if the circumstances warrant. However, the question that should be asked is if this is done, what will it be replaced with and what balance can be achieved? Burke spoke with our Donella Hostain, who filed this report.
According to former Finance Minister Nazim Burke, given that the government does not have control over the rising cost of fuel, they can decide if it is best for them to keep the current cap. Additionally, he reminded the public that the government does indeed have the right to remove or change the cap, but they must be mindful of the impact.
The government reserves the right to raise the prices, but in deciding when to raise prices and how to raise prices, the government must, of course, be very mindful that this is going to have a tremendous impact, a tremendous negative impact on the standard of living of the population.
However, with their decision will come implications, either for the consumer or for the government. He believes there needs to be a balance.
Should the price go anywhere in excess of $20.50, the government then would essentially be getting nothing by way of fuel taxes, which would have implications for the government's revenue and therefore its capacity or ability to then spend on some of the programs, including social programs that they would want to embark upon. The government really has no control as such over these prices. The question would be, what kind of balance will the government seek to achieve?
Burke says even before the Russia-Ukraine conflict, prices were on the rise. He questions how it is that the government would now ensure that the standard of living does not drop.
Recognizing that already, even before the Ukraine war broke out, prices were already rising in the wake of COVID, with increased demand, with shortages, supply chain shortages, as well as higher prices relating especially to freight and transportation charges. So considering that this war, especially with the impact it will have on food supplies, considering that prices will continue to go up and incomes are not going up to match that increase in prices, how would the government ensure that the standard of living of the population in general does not sink to a level where we're approaching poverty? That is really the issue.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hosten.
Opposition leader Tobias Clement is also adding his voice to the developments surrounding the issue of the fuel price cap. In an interview with MTV News on Wednesday, Clement says the announcement of the fuel cap was a feel-good moment in the budget presentation by Minister Gregory Bowen, mentioning that gas price will be fixed at $15 a gallon. Nikita Hostin reports.
He mentioned that gas price will be fixed at $15 a gallon. Now, the intake on taxes on fuel for Grenada that was pegged for 2022 was $60 million. I think it was mentioned that already the government probably might have forgone $28 million maybe in the first 2 months. And look at where the price of fuel is going.
That was opposition leader Tobias Clement speaking on the issue of the gas price in the country. During Tuesday's post-cabinet press briefing, Finance Minister Gregory Bowen said that the $15 cap on fuel may change if the fuel prices on the international market continue to increase. Clement shared his views on government taxes per gallon of gas and the fixed price of gas.
When he mentioned that they would have gas price fixed at $15 beginning the 1st of January, they did not give a time frame, you know. They just said a fixed price, and everybody in Parliament knocked table and jump up. It could have been for a day, it could have been for 2 weeks, it could have been for 2 months. But again, that is dependent on what goes on with oil price on the international market. Now, we have to remember, Grenada government would collect $5.50 on taxes on every gallon of gas. So if you look at the price of gas now in Grenada, it's almost equivalent to that of the United States and the other countries. Will the government of Grenada now have to subsidize the cap at $15?
Clement says if the present situation continues, gas in Grenada may have to be sold without taxes to ease the burden on consumers.
Will they continue? Maybe they will have to continue and to suppress the price of the real gas in Grenada as much as possible, because I do not think the government is in a position now to go back and put the taxes at $5.50 or at $5, because if they put it at $5.50 or $5, it might be $25, it might be $30 a gallon. So I think in the future, if this continues, then gas might have to be sold in Grenada without any taxes on it.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
Just 8 days ago, Akira Francis, a resident of Grandins Valley, St. George, lost her home and all her possessions to a fire, leaving at least 4 occupants homeless. However, within a matter of days, as was promised by the new National Party's caretaker for South St. George, Senator Nolan Cox, the young lady was assisted to build back and restart her life. Cox was at the scene of the fire on the day it happened and promptly followed up with the young lady and her family, providing them with much-needed assistance.
There is a process, a normal process, whereby a fire report have to be generated first, and then support from the ministry will come, official way thereafter. But we do have support mechanisms through the constituency office for persons in this situation, and we do our best to expedite the recovery process as much as possible.
One news desk spoke to Francis, who said she received help from different people, including the Ministry of Housing. Currently, she lives with her boyfriend, and the other occupants who were displaced are based at different locations. Francis says she's hoping to have the structure up by the weekend.
Things are going okay with me. I get her from hotspot
Senator Cox and housing to get my house back up. She said staying with her boyfriend. She'll come up now and then. But everybody else is there.
This is where we end the second segment of news. We'll be back after the break.
The general public, and in particular members of the GUT Cooperative Credit Union, are hereby advised that the Grandlands branch of the GUT Cooperative Credit Union will be closed at 2:30 p.m. on Thursday, 17th March, and the Skaraku branch will be closed at 2 p.m. on Friday, 18th March 2022. Management apologizes for any inconvenience this closure may cause.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
More with the NLA's Daily Cash Fall. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
The next chapter in West Indies' biggest rivalry continues. West Indies vies against England for the Apex Test Series in 3 test matches. Tickets start as low as $20 and local residents enjoy an additional 50% discount with online purchase. Must be fully vaccinated to attend all matches and COVID-19 protocols will be in effect. Secure your seats to the action. Get your tickets in advance at windiescricket.com/tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Welcome back. Officers attached to the traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force responded to a call after a motor vehicle overturned on a hill leading up to the Grenada Junior Academy this morning. Our cameras were at the scene this morning and later spoke to the officer who was present and gave this report.
It was a narrow escape for one female driver this morning after her motor vehicle overturned on the hill leading up to the Grenada Junior Academy. According to the police constable Troy Paul, attached to the traffic department of the RGPF, they arrived at the scene with a medical team responding to a call earlier this morning. He told our news desk what he witnessed when he arrived.
On arrival at the scene at the GJA Grenada Junior Academy driveway is one overturned vehicle. Also, one female who was the lone occupant of that vehicle who was lying on along the same driveway. The medical team responded and the lone occupant was taken to the General Hospital to seek medical attention.
He says the driver was reversing when the incident occurred.
The accident occurred as a result, the driver was reversing where the vehicle overturned. As a result, that accident is still under investigation.
The female, who was the lone occupant of the vehicle, has since been released from the hospital.
As it stands, I have contacted the female through her husband, and she has been discharged from the General Hospital.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
Yesterday's accident in Montrush involving the excavator which lost traction and slid over 100 meters downhill, damaging 6 vehicles, is still under investigation by the police. According to Officer Troy Paul, attached to the traffic department, these vehicles are not licensed to be traversing the main road unless permission is granted by the police. He explained the process.
If such vehicle has to move from one place to the other, there is procedures that needs to be done. That vehicle must then be traveled on a flatbed to be taken from one place to the other. If not, the persons who wish to travel with that vehicle must apply to the traffic department for permission, and the traffic department will facilitate such and to make sure that the safe passage from where it wants to go is taken care of.
This, he says, must be done as these vehicles can damage the roads as they do not have regular tires. In relation to this particular incident, the officer indicated that there is no evidence that permission was sought by the company prior to moving the excavator.
So as it relates to yesterday's accident, there were no permission sought by the relevant company so that excavator could have been on the road at that particular time.
Luckily, he said no one was injured. He cautioned the relevant companies to please ensure that they apply for permission and follow the procedure in place. According to Health Minister Nicholas Steele, on April 4th, the remaining COVID protocols that are currently in place may be officially removed once the country continues on a downward movement responding to the virus. MTV News took its camera to the street of St. George's to get citizens' views on this development.
People are reacting to Tuesday's announcement on the removal of COVID-19 protocols after living with restrictions for 2 years. Some are relieved and believe it's long overdue, as the positivity rate has declined significantly, while some think it may be too soon. While many took to social media to express their thoughts on the recent announcement made by the Health Minister on Tuesday on the removal of COVID-19 restrictions, MTV spoke to citizens in St. George on the announcement. This citizen believes the removal of the mandate will be good for the economy.
To be honest, I honestly think it's been a long while. I feel like we took a while to follow the bigger countries like England and so on, who've basically taken out the mandates, and everybody is just moving normal now. Like COVID is just a common cold, and they said that, you know, we'd have to treat it as a common cold. People are going to be able to go back out to work. The kids and them will not feel uncomfortable with this mask all over their face. I just feel like less money spending on masks and all these tails to go inside business places. And secondly, what I find really interesting is the fact that with the rallies and the election process that's going on, there's one set of rules and then there's a different set of rules for just regular fetes. You know, why do we have to be fully vaccinated to go to a fete? Like, you know, cut out all of that.
Another citizen says the removal of the restrictions should have been done a long time ago.
Frankly speaking, these restrictions is keeping back Grenada and its development in terms of people being able to apply their trade, you know, whether they're employed, self-employed, or whether they have to go to work to earn a decent living. So I find that it is ample time for them to remove all the COVID restrictions so the country could be open up more for commerce and for trade and so forth. So I have no objections. I'm very happy that the Minister and the Ministry of Health and the government at large is making such a move.
One woman says some of the protocols should remain, as we are not yet out of the woods and some countries are still battling with the COVID-19 virus.
With the mask, we could keep the mask, especially if in closed buildings, we could keep the mask. But the vaccine, I think we should leave for a little while, maybe after the carnival or something.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
The croton scale insect continues to pose a challenge for farmers, which can be compounded if Grenada experiences a prolonged dry season. However, if irregular rainfall continues to persist, it can reduce its effects. Troy Gill has more.
Grenada has been experiencing a wetter, dry season this year, with several incidences of intermittent rainfall recorded during certain periods since the season began, which can bode well for farmers. However, the croton scale insect continues to wreak havoc on certain crops, which can be compounded if the dry season takes a turn for the worst, which, according to the Pest Management Officer in the Ministry of Agriculture, Thaddeus Peters, is the perfect condition for its increase. Speaking to MTV News on Wednesday, Peters said the wet, dry season conditions can help to curb the increase in the croton scale insect population.
So in an extended dry period, what we'll have is the insects tend to reproduce more rapidly and cause greater damage. So usually we expect that in the dry season. For example, we have a lot of scale insects, various scale insects, and now we have the croton scale being among them. These, you expect the situation with these to intensify during an extended period. So because this dry season has been fairly wet, a number of the scale insect problems will not be as high, despite we have the outbreak of the croton scale. So the croton scale is still about, but if it was a much drier season, it would have been worse.
However, too much rainfall can also give rise to certain diseases.
During the drier periods too, the disease problems can be minimized, right? So you find in the heavy rainy times, with a lot of more moisture around, certain diseases in the field, for example in cocoa, you may have things like witch's broom and black pods becoming very damaging. Likewise, on things like soursop, you have anthracnose problem that with heavy rain, moisture, and high humidity, you can have an increase in those problems.
He also provided an update on efforts to mitigate the spread of the croton scale insect.
It continues to be a major challenge. We are seeing the effects. We are seeing the presence of the insect on the affected plants. We are also seeing the other symptoms like the sooty mole or the black blight continues to be present. We have for me, the spread, I thought the spread might have been a little more rapid. Our interventions, I think, has helped restrict rapid spread. So like in the parishes that are least affected, we haven't seen no major outbreaks like through the St. Andrews, St. Patrick's, St. Mark's area. The already infested parishes, we continue to work with farmers and help mitigate the spread. But the challenge, it's fun. We had a combination of both pesticides and there an initial attempt at biological control. So we'll continue to pursue some of the strategies that we have used so far.
For MTV News, I am Troy Gill.
That's it for the second segment. More news when we come back.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
No frills, just great prices, only in Quartz. We don't just talk about it, we've got it. Shop with confidence and save big. Up to 50% off appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. Plus, pay with ready finance and get 1 month free. Only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6
even more.
With more money to the jackpot galore.
Play more, win more.
Have more fun. With more jackpot money, Super 6 is my #1. With the new and improved Super 6 game.
The jackpot keep growing and growing and growing.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Healthwise and MTV News comes to you compliments Sunrise Diagnostic Center.
Need quality medical service, professional and warm laboratory experience? Tired of waiting days for your lab results to make diagnosis? You have found your solution at Sunrise Diagnostic Center, located at Unit Number 9, New NIS Building, Melville Street, St. George's, and Canal Road, Grenville, St. Andrew, in the hub of the town, catering to your medical needs. Private, accurate, and confidential laboratory service with same-day results. Walk in or schedule your ultrasound with results with 24 to 48 hours. Our opening hours in St. George's are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And on Canal Road, Mondays to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Open on Sundays and public holidays for emergency calls only. 24-hour on-call service is available for emergency laboratory purposes. We meet you where you are, home or office. Special group rates are available. For more information, you can contact us today.
World Oral Health Day is recognized on March 20th globally, and the theme for this year is Be Proud of Your Mouth. For this week's edition of Healthwise, we are speaking with Acting Senior Dental Surgeon in the Ministry of Health and Deputy Chairman on the Grenada Medical and Dental Council, Dr. Julie Dubois, on the importance of flossing your teeth and its critical role in curbing the onset of oral diseases.
It's a very easy thing to do. It doesn't require any set of, like the people would say, it's not rocket science to take care of your mouth. You know, 3 simple tools: toothbrush, toothpaste, dental floss. I didn't even say mouthwash. People use it, it's useful, but I'm saying out of the 4, if you're only able to afford 3, these are the 3: toothbrush, toothpaste, and dental floss. The flossing is more important than the mouthwash. Why do we floss? The teeth are closely knit together. You have to get something that goes between the teeth to clean the spaces between the teeth, and the toothbrush bristles cannot reach there. Food lodges between the teeth. We all know that. You eat saltfish, you eat any kind of meat, it sticks between the teeth. And you find you have to pick it out. Or some people go and get a piece of thread, which we don't recommend, you know, to pull it out. But the food that is wedged between your teeth and the food particles, it's only the floss to take that out. And sometimes if you pass your tongue around your teeth and you feel, okay, I got out all the food and I didn't floss, you didn't get out all the food. Because there are traces of food and food particles that are really, really wedged in that little space. The only thing that can go and scrape it out is the dental floss. And that is why we have a lot of problems with gum disease and cavities. People will say, oh, I brush 3 times a day, you know? And I use a hard toothbrush, which we don't recommend. We recommend it medium or soft. And I still have cavity. Yes, you still have cavities because you're not flossing between the teeth.
What about toothpicks? Does it?
Can it go between? If your teeth are close together, can the toothpick really go and rub rub that space there, you know, and really get out everything that's there? And you have to floss before you brush. If you floss after and you have, you floss, let's say you brush your teeth and you use your mouthwash, and then afterwards you go floss. What happens to the food that you floss out from between the teeth? It stays in your mouth. So the smart thing to do is to floss first, take out everything that's between the teeth, then you brush. Brush out everything around the teeth, and then rinse. And then you have a clean mouth.
News from across the region is next.
Health-wise at MTV News came to you compliments Sunrise Diagnostic Center.
Need quality medical service, professional and warm laboratory experience? Tired of waiting days for your lab results to make diagnosis? You have found your solution at Sunrise Diagnostic Center, located at Unit Number 9, New NIS Building, Melville Street, St. George's, and Canal Road, Grenville, St. Andrew, in the hub of the town, catering to your medical needs. Private, accurate, and confidential laboratory service with same-day results. Walk in or schedule your ultrasound with results with 24 to 48 hours. Our opening hours in St. George's are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And on Canal Road, Mondays to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Open on Sundays and public holidays for emergency calls only. 24-hour on-call service is available for emergency laboratory purposes. We meet you where you are, home or office. Special group rates are available. For more information, you can contact us today.
Time now for this evening's regional roundup with Clifton James.
Good evening with tonight's MTV Regional Roundup. I am Clifton James. Thousands of doctors, nurses and other health professionals across Haiti have gone on strike to protest a spike in gang-related kidnappings. The 3-day strike that began on Monday shut down public and private health institutions in the capital of Port-au-Prince and beyond, with only emergency rooms accepting patients. Dr. Louis Gerald Gales, who closed his private practice on Tuesday, said no professional is protected. Today it could be a doctor. Tomorrow they could enter the office of a lawyer or an architect. Kidnappings in Haiti increased 180% in the past year, with 655 of them reported to police, according to mid-February reports by the United Nations Security Council. In Trinidad, Finance Minister Colin Inbert says there is no reason to devalue the Trinidad and Tobago dollar. His statement comes following a recent report by the IMF, which stated that the real effective exchange rate of the TT dollar is overvalued by 20.4%.
We intend to maintain the status quo with respect to our exchange rate regime. We do not intend to devalue the currency. There's absolutely no reason to do so. We don't have any of the situations that would lead to a currency crisis, such as balance of payments problems, deficit in our current account, or any of the other issues. We have adequate foreign reserves. The IMF has said so.
Keeping an eye on developments overseas, the President of Ukraine has told the United States Congress they will all know the phrase, "I have a dream," adding that now, "I have a need. I need to protect our skies." Live-streamed Volodymyr Zelensky called on the US to sanction Russian lawmakers and block imports.
In the darkest time for our country, for the whole Europe, I call on you to do more. New packages of sanctions are needed constantly, every week, until the Russian military machine stops. Restrictions are needed for everyone on whom this unjust regime is based. We propose that the United States sanctions all politicians in the Russian Federation who remain in their offices and do not cut ties with those who are responsible for the aggression against Ukraine, from State Duma's members to the last official who has lack of morale to break the state terror. All American companies must leave Russia from their market, leave their market immediately, because it is flooded with our blood.
Clifton James, MTV Regional Roundup.
You're watching the MTV Evening News. We'll be back after the break.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
January 1947 saw the dawn of a new day, the birth of the Grenada Civil Service Credit Union, later renamed the Grenada Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and more recently, Arizo. Arizo is extremely proud to be celebrating this significant milestone. But this would not have been possible without you. And this is why we are inviting you to celebrate with us as we celebrate 75 years of transforming lives. Stay tuned to our social media platforms and our local media houses to learn more of the activities and events that we have in store for you. As we celebrate this journey, we thank all our stalwarts for their valued contributions in bringing us to where we are today. We look forward to serving you for many more years. Let's celebrate 75 years of transforming lives.
You're watching the MTV Evening News.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
I've been a member of the Arizo Credit Union since 2016, and honestly I joined to come out of poverty. What I love most about Arizo Credit Union is their support in helping us as members to save. I was in the credit union like a little under a month. The sewing machine that I had went bad and I was in desperate need of, purchasing another. I simply went to speak to my loan officer. I wanted to know details of how to go forward. How do I become qualified to get a loan? And the next thing I knew, she said, how much money do you need? And at that time I needed $7.99. And she said, I'll loan you the money. And from there I purchased the sewing machine, and this is the result. As a young person, we all have those little achievements in the back of our mind that seem so far-reaching. What Arizo encourages us to do is to save. I'm really happy, honestly.
This is the evening edition of news here on MTV. Your sporting highlights are next.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash Fall. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet, and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
The next chapter in West Indies' biggest rivalry continues. West Indies vies against England for the Apex Test Series in 3 test matches. Tickets start as low as $20 and local residents enjoy an additional 50% discount with online purchase. Must be fully vaccinated to attend all matches, and COVID-19 protocols will be in effect. Secure your seats to the action. Get your tickets in advance at windiescricket.com/tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
No frills, just great prices, only at Quartz. We don't just talk about it, we've got it! Save $1,200 off the 65-inch TCL UHD Android TV, now $3,499. Your choice of a 2-piece bedroom bundle, base and mattress, starting from $1,399. Save $400 off the Samsung 11-kilogram front-load washer, now just $3,499. Shop with Ready Finance and take advantage of our new payment protection plan and get 1 month free only at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere.
Spring water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
Spice Boys goes international for the first time. That and more coming up in sports.
My name is Hollis Map. I perform around the world. When I travel, I book with CaribJet.
Call CaribJet now. 100% Grenadian, operating 30 years plus.
Telephone number 439-4444 in Grenada or click caribjet.com. CaribJet, True Blue St. George's. The number one for travel.
We now join Donella Hostin for this evening's sporting highlights.
Good evening, sporting fans. The senior men's national team is preparing to travel out of Grenada and outside of the CONCACAF region for the first time in history for international friendlies. In their final days of training before departure, head coach Michael Finley, assistant coach Nixon Modeste, and goalkeeper coach Desmond Noel have been working with the team on their fitness and speed this morning at Queen's Park playing field.
We'll be departing from different parts of the globe. That's the reality of global football now, but we'll all come together in Gibraltar, which is in the southern part of Spain, on coming up this weekend. Our first game will be on the 23rd in Gibraltar. Following that game, we will travel on to Andorra, which is in sort of the northeastern part of Spain, in between France and the Catalonia area. And we will play Andorra on the 28th, and then all players will return to their clubs on the 29th. So it's a very tight window, a lot of work to be done in a very short amount of time on field. We've been doing a lot of work off field, obviously, with the group, and the glorious internet, as we say, helps us along that way. But that's our travel schedule, and following that, we'll reassess and prepare for our selections for June's games.
4 swimmers were added to the list of qualifiers announced for Carifta 2022. The Carifta swimming competitions will be held at the Barbados Aquatic Center this year from April 16th to 19th. To facilitate the competitive swimmers the opportunity to qualify, Grenada Amateur Swimming Association GASA held time trials. From these time trials, there have been 4 qualifiers, 3 of whom are Sailfish Swim Club, while 1 is from Grenfin's Swim Club. The names of the new qualifiers from the recently held time trials are Tilly Collymore, 13 to 14 girls, Sarah Dowden, 13 to 14 girls, Joshua Wilson Dumont, 15 to 17 boys, and Nathan Fletcher, 15 to 17 boys. The 4 qualifiers for the time trials will join previously qualified Anika Charles, Gabrielle Hyson, Zachary Gresham, and Kimberly Ince, all of the Grenfin Swim Club, to form the national 2022 Carifta team. Windies resorted to old habits with another inept batting effort, laying their groundwork for their 7-wicket thrashing at the hands of unbeaten Australia in the ICC Women's World Cup on Tuesday. Choosing to bat first at the Basin Reserve, the Caribbean side could only muster 131 all out in the 46th over, despite captain Stephanie Taylor's 50 off 91 deliveries, with seamer Elise Perry and off-spinner Ashley Gardner wrecking the innings with 3 wickets apiece. The target was never going to be enough, and Rachel Haynes ensured it was not, hammering an unbeaten 83 off 95 deliveries as the Aussies got over the line in the 31st over with time and effort to spare. West Indies believed they were in with a shout when they reduced Australia to 7 for 2 in the 4th over. But the dream was short-lived. Haynes, masterminding the run, chased with 2 half-century stands. The defeat was the second on the trot for West Indies following their 155-run crushing at the hands of India last weekend. Recent successes against England at storied Kensington Oval have infused West Indies with further hope to a positive result on the second test, but Captain Craig Brathwaite has underscored the importance of starting from scratch when the 2 teams renew rivalries on Wednesday. In their last meeting 3 years ago, West Indies pulled off quite an astonishing innings and a 381-run victory inside 4 days, stunning the English and laying the platform for a shock 2-1 win in the 3-match series. But Captain Craig Brathwaite has labelled the result as history and pointed out that even last week's drawn encounter in their first test in Antigua also needed to be forgotten, as West Indies sought to begin the second test with a clean slate. You could draw on it in terms of different things we did as a bowling unit on the pitch, Brathwaite told reporters Tuesday. And that's it for this evening's sports. I am Donella Hostin.
That's the sports, the weather, and a recap of the top stories when we come back.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec, we are united even when we are apart.
Good Wednesday evening, viewers, with the nighttime weather forecast and meteorologist Wayne Williams. Sunshine is back and the haze has also dissipated over the Eastern Caribbean. A few patches of low-level clouds over the northern and some of the central islands brought very brief showers there. But here in the extreme south, apart from some showers over Trinidad, we saw a brilliant sunshine. The winds remain very strong. The haze continues to head more towards South America. We've seen some clearing. Could see a slight increase by the latter part of the weekend. But right now, dry air is dominating the weather. Some residual clouds over Trinidad and over the coast of South America, bringing showers there. Those would also dissipate. Even though we have some low-level clouds in the Atlantic to the east of the islands, not much moisture in them, so shouldn't bring us any major showers. The forecast for Wednesday night is for mostly fair and windy. The winds would come in from the northeast between 10 and 20 miles per hour. Sometimes we may even see higher gusts. The minimum temperature will be around 23. Just about a 10 to 20% chance of very brief showers. The moon rose this afternoon at 5:07. It's going to set at 5:50 in the morning. Thursday is going to bring lots of sunshine, mostly sunny conditions with strong northeasterly winds continuing between 14 and 24 miles per hour with just about a 10% chance of the odd early morning, that's just in the pre-dawn period, showers. Choppy seas continue with 6 to 9 foot waves, so exercise caution if you have to venture far from port. Sunrise 6:13, sunset 6:19, a high of 33 will feel more like 38. 1 or 2 early isolated showers in Trinidad, then conditions would improve significantly. Some slight haze there, mostly sunny in Bridgetown, sunny in Kingston. Afternoon showers in Miami, rain in New York, London will also be mostly sunny. As you approach the weekend, the sunny conditions would continue through the weekend and into Monday. Slight increase in cloudiness from Tuesday onwards. The winds will remain gusty throughout that period. That's it for Wednesday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Join me on Thursday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Now to end the recap of the headlines, attorney at law Cachetan Hood claims his client was never interviewed by the Integrity Commission. Former Finance Minister says government reserves the right to change the cap on fuel prices. Close call for one female after the vehicle she was driving overturned in the vicinity of a St. George's school. And in sports, Spice Boys goes international for the first time. On behalf of the news and production departments, I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence thanking you for watching and reminding you to join host Oslin Crosby tomorrow Thursday for another informative edition of Rise and Shine.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one little ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lotteries Authority's Daily Pick 3 Evening Draw for today, Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me this evening is Ms. Giselle Alexander from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair and accountable manner, and the game balls with industry standards and in no way tampered with. This time, show your tickets at hand. It's Daily Pick 3. It pays to play. Good luck. First number this evening is, check your tickets in the meantime. First number is 3, second number Second number is 8. Third and final number. Final number is 0. Let's recap those numbers. Numbers on the screen. First number is 3. The second, 8. Third and final is 0. So that's 3, 8, and 0. Congratulations, all owners. Stay tuned. Get your daily cash flow drop next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Daily Cash for Evening Draw for today, Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me again is Ms. Giselle Alexander from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in an accountable manner and the game balls with industry standards and in no way tampered with. This time, your tickets at hand. It's Daily Cash for more plays, bigger prizes. Let's find out what this evening's winning numbers will be. Good luck. First number this evening is, check your tickets in the meantime. First number is 2. Second number is 9. Third number up. Third number is 0. Fourth and final number. Final number is 3. Okay, let's recap those numbers. Numbers on the screen. Check your tickets. First number is 2. The second, 9. Third, 0. Fourth and final is 3. So that's 2, 9, 0, and 3. Congratulations, all winners. Stay tuned, get your play with you up next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
The next chapter in West Indies' biggest rivalry continues. West Indies vies against England for the Apex Test Series in 3 test matches. Tickets start as low as $20 and local residents enjoy an additional 50% discount with online purchase. Must be fully vaccinated to attend all matches and COVID-19 protocols will be in effect. Secure your seats to the action. Get your tickets in advance at windiescricket.com/tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Playway Evening Draw for today, Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me again is Ms. Giselle Alexander from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in an accountable manner and the game balls with industry standards and in a way tampered with. Let's play Playway, value your dreams, win your way. Good luck. This evening's winning player number is, check your tickets. This evening's winning player number is 30. Let's recap the number, 3030. 30 represents the dream symbol, beautiful woman. Congratulations to all the winners of this evening's playway draw. Tune in later on for the lotto draw. This evening we're playing for a jackpot of $114,000. We'll see you then.
The next chapter in West Indies' biggest rivalry continues. West Indies vies against England for the Apex Test Series in 3 test matches. Tickets start as low as $20 and local residents enjoy an additional 50% discount with online purchase. Must be fully vaccinated to attend all matches and COVID-19 protocols will be in effect. Secure your seats to the action. Get your tickets in advance at windiescricket.com/tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
A pleasant evening to everyone. Welcome to the National Lotteries Authority's Lotto Draw number 3337 for today, Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me this evening is Ms. Giselle Alexander from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a competitive manner, the game balls with industry standards and in a way tampered with. At the same time, tickets at hand because we are about to play for a jackpot of $114,000. But first, your free ticket letter. Good luck. This evening's free ticket letter is G as in gold. Let's proceed for 5 winning numbers. Good luck. First number this evening is, check your tickets in the meantime. First number up is 2, second number is 6, third number up. Check your tickets. Third number is 22, followed by 27, fifth and final number. Final number for a jackpot of $114,000 is 16. Let's recap those numbers. Check your tickets. Numbers on the screen. First number up is 2, the second, 6, third, 22, followed by 27, fifth and final is 16. So that's 022. 066, 22, 22, 27, 27, and 16, 16. Your free ticket letter for this evening is G as in gold. Congratulations to all the winners of this evening's Lotto draw. Lotto, play and win a lot. Remember to play all the games of the National Lotteries Authority, support sports, culture, and the nation building. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful evening.
Say hello to Grenada's hidden gem, Mandela Court, a Grenadian-owned luxury boutique hotel tucked away in Lansipine. Our fully equipped suites are now complemented by an international standard restaurant and conference room. So whether you're having a formal business event, quaint garden wedding, or just a relaxed dinner for two, you can count on Mandela Court for that luxurious experience. Call today to book your viewing or reservation. We look forward to welcoming you.
The Diocese of St. George's in Grenada presents its 2022 series of Lenten Mission, March 21st to 25th, 7 p.m. nightly. This year's mission will be guided by the theme, Whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, that you do unto me, reflecting on the scripture, Matthew 25, 31 to 46. Mark your calendar. Monday, March 21st, Sacred Heart, Petite Martinique. Tuesday, March 22nd, St. Patrick's, Hillsborough, Carriacou. Wednesday, March 23rd, Christ the King, Grand Roy. Thursday, March 24th, Blessed Sacrament, Grand Anse. Culminating on Friday, March 25th, St. Martin de Porres, Roman Catholic Church, Crochet, St. Andrew. The 2022 Lenten Mission, March 21st to 25th. We look forward to journeying together. Streaming live on all Good News Catholic Communications platforms.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Denise John, also known as AE, of Frequenty St. George, passed away on Saturday 26th February 2022 at the age of 60. She was the mother of Terence, Antoinette, Christine, Vanessa, and Rakisha John, grandmother of Abella, Kimlin, Nikisha and Asher John, Vashon Philip, Hayden and Gianna Frank, sister of Dennis and Glenroy John, Perlita John, Marva, Lucinda John Cador, Yvonne John, Lenny Charles, and Jerome Stanislaus. Many nieces and nephews including Patricia, Marcus, Daniela, Danielle, Nathan and Junior John, Navona and Nevon Monroe, Felicia and Angel Cador. Mother-in-law of Kelvin Francis and Akim James. Many other relatives and friends including the Bell and Griffith families of Woburn and Woodlands, the Cato family of Marian, members of Faith Deliverance Tabernacle, and friends and neighbors of Caliste and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Denise John, also known as AE of Frequenty St. George, will take place on Thursday, March 17th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Garden of Remembrance Funeral Chapel, Cemetery Hill, St. George's, according to Pentecostal rites, and interment will be at the Wilberforce Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to LaCroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Junior Peter Matthew of Windsor Forest, St. David, who resided at Caliste, St. George, pastor of the Eternal Love Ministry, transitioned to glory on Thursday, 24th February 2022, at the age of 52. He was the husband of Kathy Ann Matthew, father of Aria Matthew, brother of Helena McKay and Teresa Joseph residing in the USA, Lynette Matthew and Leona Hazard residing in Canada, Wilma St. Bernard, Sonia Matthew, Cheryl Victor, Everest Matthew, Alice Noel, Norman and Marilyn Hall, all in Grenada. Brother-in-law of Foley Joseph, Trevor St. Bernard, Godfrey Victor, Veronica Matthew and Cheryl Hall. Nephew of Mina Sayers, Veronica Francis, Carmen Charles, Josephine Andrews, and Urban Sayers. Many nieces and nephews, too numerous to mention. Other relatives and friends including Trevor and Kenneth Sayers, Thomas Leslie, Alston Pope and family of Caliste, the Sayers family of Windsor Forest, the Andrews family of Post Royal, the Williams family of Rucane, Merle Mahone and family, the John family of Apretute, Martina Alexis and family of Montu, and friends and neighbors of Caliste, Windsor Forest and Apretute, church family, the pastor and members of Eternal Love Ministry Grenada and abroad, and pastors of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the West Indies. The funeral service for the late Junior Peter Matthew of Windsor Forest St. David, who resided at Caliste St. George, will take place on Thursday, 17th March at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at God Lighthouse, Vincent's Pentecostal Church, St. David, and interment will be at the Windsor Forest Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Charmaine Link, née Frank of Bogles, Carriacou, who resided at The Glen, Montgay and Lamode St. George, passed away on Saturday, 26th February at the age of 41. Left to mourn her husband, Michael Link, children, Maisha and Sherman Link, parents, Cecilia Frank and Harvey Bennett, sisters, Irva and Marilyn, brothers, Anselm, Ronald, Herbert, Kevin and Nigel in Carriacou, Peter in Grenada, Mervyn in Tortola, Brian and Travis in the USA, aunts and uncles, Christina, Daniel and Raleigh in Grenada, Michael and Hendrickson in Carriacou, Betty, Stephanie and Roy in the USA, in-laws Cynthia, Brenda, Matthew, Joey and Peter in Grenada, Karina in Carriacou, Dennis in the USA and Abigail in Tortola. Many nieces and nephews and cousins in Carriacou, Grenada, the USA, England and Canada. Other relatives and friends including the Frank, Romain and Stafford families of Carriacou, Link, Tobin, Horsford, Alexander, Joseph and Bido families in Grenada. Friends at the Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses in Carriacou, Grenada and Barbados. Principal, teachers, students and staff of the Vendome Roman Catholic School, friends and neighbors of Bogles, Carriacou, The Glen, Montgay and Lamode St. George. The funeral service of the late Charmaine Link, née Frank of Bogles, Carriacou, who resided at The Glen, Montgay and Lamode St. George, will take place on Thursday, 17th March at 1 p.m. The funeral service will be held at the Grenada Trade Center according to Jehovah's Witness rite, and interment at the St. George's Cemetery. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Veronica Joyce Karuna Andrew, née Daniel, also known as Teacher Caro, Auntie Caro and Mrs. Black Swan, of Tuileries and De Blando St. Andrew, who resided in Florida, USA, former employee of the Ministry of Health, former teacher of the Holy Cross RC School and Paraclete Government School, passed away on Friday, 11th February 2022, at the age of 95. She was the mother of Nurse Gemma Andrew Church, Nurse Emma Andrew Ventor, Teacher Leslie Andrew, also known as DJ Zion, Teacher Stanley Andrew, Army veteran Sherry Andrew, and Martin Andrew, also known as Gunny, sister of Nurse Oma Ines in New Jersey, USA, grandmother of Cassie, Sean, Curly, Crystal, Paul, Carla, Calvin, AJ, Leslie Ann, Peter, Nicole, Tavian, Samantha, Sophie, Nathan, Andrea, Devon and Deanna, great-grandmother of 15, sister-in-law of Sheila, Meralda, Diana, DeGale, Georgie and Earl, mother-in-law of Crafton Church, Thomas Ventu and Alison Andrew. Many nieces and nephews including Teacher Vardy, Tonya and Vira McQueen and Dr. Vaughn McQueen, Ken, Filbert and Phyllis Edwards, Christine and Val Daniel, Lydia Greenwich, Dr. Gloria Edwards-Joseph, Dr. Jesse Henry, Dr. Suzanne Ines, Clometha Henwood, Michael Maguire, and Louise and Teresa Daniel. Many other relatives and friends in Grenada, England, Canada, Trinidad, and the USA, including the Andrew, Henry, Mason, Edwards, Henwood, Maguire and Daniel families, Olive Rouget, Princess, Annie and Andrine, and Margaret Leslie, Gracelyn, Anne Alexander, past students and teachers of the Holy Cross RC School, the Munich and Paraclete Government Schools. The funeral of the late Veronica Joyce Karuna Andrew, also known as Teacher Caro, Auntie Caro and Mrs. Black Swan, of Tuileries and De Blando St. Andrew, who resided in Florida, USA, will take place on Friday, March 18th at the Holy Cross RC Church, Brooklyn, New York, and interment will be at the Rose Hill Rosedale Memorial Cemetery, Linden, New Jersey, USA. Arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Rawlings Francis, also known as Stumpy, Redman, and Moneyface of Mount Horn, who resided at Happy Hill, St. George, died on Monday, 28 February 2022, at the age of 56, left to mourn his wife, Desiree Francis, 3 children, Rickson Roberts, Jonathan and David Francis, daughter-in-law, Rena Roberts, grandson, Orion Roberts, step-granddaughter, Melanie Murray, stepfather, John Charles, stepmother, Miss Ruby, mother-in-law, Loris Critchlow, father-in-law, Desmond Sandy, brothers and sisters, Dexter, Michael, brother, Rodney, Daniel, Beverly, Ingrid, Lydia and Collier, brothers and sisters-in-law, Marilyn, Janice, Teresa, Stacy, Shelley-Ann, Yolande, Michelle, Jerry, Shane, Sheldon and Devon, 2 aunts, Clammy and Jomaine, many nieces, nephews, cousins and aunts-in-law, many relatives, friends and family, including the James family, the Simon family, the Abraham family, the Sandy and Mitchell family of Happy Hill, the pastor and members of the River and Cities Ministries, Bolio, Spice Basket, and the Assembly of Glorious Church at Happy Hill. Close friends Gillian in the USA, Marcella Pascal and family in the USA, Paula Bishop in the USA and family, Christine, Kenroy, Stephanie, Medford George and family, and James Batiste, Mr. Purcell and the staff of L.A. Purcell, River Road, Mr. Ted and family, and Chrisanne Samuel and family, Beauséjour. Many friends in the USA, Canada, England, Trinidad, and Barbados, the staff of the Morris Bishop International Airport, the airport taxi, and the communities of Mount Horn and Happy Hill. The funeral service for the late Rawlings Francis, also known as Stumpy, Redman, and Moneyface of Mount Horn, St. Andrew, who resided at Happy Hill, St. George, will take place on Monday, March 21st at 12:30 p.m. and interment will be at the Grand Bras Cemetery, St. Andrew. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Dorothy Jerome, also known as Dudu of Waltham, St. Mark, passed away on Tuesday, 1st March 2022 at the age of 99. She was the mother of Moses Campbell, Daniel Jerome, Rebecca Jerome and Irene Francis in Grenada, Stanley Jerome and Ivor Bowler in Trinidad, Ilis Alexander in the USA, and Iris Smith Moses in Canada. Grandmother of 36, including Janelle Alexander, Ranisa Jerome, Randy Campbell, Connie Francis Joe in the USA, and Petra Smith in Canada, and Norris Bedassi. Great-grandmother of 50, including Amika, Joshua, and Jomik Alexander. Great-great-grandmother of 5. Sister of Louise Marshall in Grenada, and Claire Williams in the USA. Mother-in-law of Calvin Moses in Canada. Grandmother-in-law of Sam Joe and Ashton Cox. Many nieces and nephews, including Len Williams, Maria Narayan, and Annette Williams. Grand-aunt of many. Many other relatives and close friends, including Ali Ambrose, Ruby Lewis, Diane Passay, Marilyn Campbell, Matthew Julian in the USA, the Williams, Marshall, Chase, and Narayan families of Redmond, St. George's, Moran, and Diamond, the Smith family of St. John's and St. Andrew, the Campbell family of St. John, Dudley and Leath of St. Paul, Anne Edwards, Carol Patrick, Celia Welsh, and friends and neighbours of Waltham and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Dorothy Jerome, also known as Dudu, of Waltham St. Mark, will take place on Monday, 21st March. Funeral service will be held at the Victoria Seventh-day Adventist Church, and interment will be at the Coast Guard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. John Reuben Merchant of Guyana, who resided in London and Grenada, passed away on Saturday, 12th February 2022 at the age of 79. He was the husband of Laurel Merchant née Forrester, father of Carol Merchant Thompson and Alpha de Gale, father-in-law of Sean Thompson and Reggie de Gale, grandfather of Natalie and Michael de Gale, Shamar, Jaden and Saria Merchant Thompson, grandfather-in-law of Lucy de Gale, great-grandfather of Noah, Micah and Jonah de Gale, and Jada Charles Merchant, brother-in-law of Ruggles and Claudette Forrester and Dunbar Peters, uncle of Vivian Derrick, Lucretia Priestnell, Karen, Margaret, Magna Forrester, Elmer, Delmer, Roy and Wayne Edwards, grand and great-grand uncle of Deborah and Debbie Derrick and Sabrina Derrick, many cousins including Iona Wilson, Beatrice Mingo, Norma Wilson, Rose Bart, Monica Frances and Eleanor Small, many other relatives and friends in Grenada, Guyana, Trinidad, London, Canada and the USA, including the Forrester family of Paraclete, Birchgrove and Mirabeau, the Mason family of Hermitage, the McIntosh, DeGale, Nyack, George and Thomas families of Paraclete, Joseph Brother John, Raymond Matthews, Tom Wilkins, Mary, Grace Frater, Merrill and Gus Redhead, Rosa Patterson and family, the Nolan and Thompson families, Joan Fleming, the Japal and Mahone families, the Brotherhood of St. Andrew and St. George's Amway Grenada chapter, the priest and parishioners of St. Andrew's Anglican Church, and friends and neighbours of Pearls and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late John Reuben Merchant of Pearls St. Andrew, who resided in London and Grenada, will take place on Tuesday 22nd March at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Andrew's Anglican Church, and interment will be at the family cemetery Pearls. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Terence Augustus Nicholas, also known as Police, of Molyneux St. George, passed away on Tuesday 8th March 2022 at the age of 54. He was the husband of Althea Nicholas, father of Jen, Desmond in the USA, Chantel, Teresha, Kimberly, Tyrese, and Zayan. Grandfather of 11 including Jaheim, Tishon, Shanique, Keishon, Shaheem, Lyndon Jr., Simone, Trishon, and Janique. Brother of Kenneth and Karen in the USA, Martin also known as Charlie, and Nola in Grenada. Brother-in-law of Septimus Williams, Sarah, and Adrian Nicholas. Father-in-law of Kellen Mark, Wendell, and Richardson. Nephew of Sandy Nicholas. Uncle of Keith, Kester, Kenrick, Kellon, Maura and Savannah in the USA, Salisha and Sherwin in Grenada. Many other close relatives and friends including the Nicholas, Harris, Modeste and Sylvester families of Molyneux and surrounding areas, the Smith family of St. Paul's, the Sylvester family of Willis, Rhonda, Jeffrey, Sharon Amede, Raymond Hambone Harris, the boys by Tonty May's shop, the staff of Amalgamated and Western Union, and friends and neighbours of Molyneux and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Terence Augustus Nicholas, also known as Police, of Molyneux St. George, will take place on Wednesday 23rd March. Funeral service will be held at the Garden of Remembrance Funeral Chapel, Cemetery Hill, St. George's, according to Roman Catholic rites, and interment will be at the St. George's Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Thomas Tomkin, also known as Tomo, of Vincent St. David, who resided at Grand Anne's house in Scheme St. George, passed away on Wednesday 2nd March 2022 at the age of 78. He was the husband of Bernadette Tomkin, also known as Edris, father of Gleno James in the USA, Raymond Paul, Judy Ann and Marlon Tomkin, also known as Sosa in Grenada, grandfather of Kelvin and Kyle James in the USA, father-in-law of Winston James in the USA, brother of Yolande, Kenroy, Denise, Francis, Francesca, Edwin, Marilyn, and Rachel in the UK, step-brother of Paul de Gans in Trinidad, in-laws including Osford and Joseph Jones, Cuthbert, Roy Noel, Edward Williams, Joy Mason, and Scylla Tomkin and Egbert Joseph, nephew of Joseph Tomkin, uncle of many including Angela, Jalessa, Sheree, Nathan, Kayesha, Darrell, Carl, Benjamin, Natasha, Andy, Joan, and Haran Gibbs. Many cousins, other relatives and friends including Constance, St. Joe and Martin Tomkin, the Brazan family, Patricia Steele and family, Terry Phillip and family, Pastor Ashley Church, Merlin Smith, Ruth Manwaran and family, Lauren Salim, Pauline Waldron, Shambe, Leroy George, Algie MacDonald, Roxanne Julian, and neighbours and friends of Vincent's and Grandaunt's housing scheme. The funeral of the late Thomas Tompkin, also known as Tomo, of Vincent St. David, who resided at Grandaunt's housing scheme St. George, will take place on Wednesday 23rd March at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Grandaunt's RC Church, and interment will be at the Grandaunt Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Barnabas Andrews, also known as Roger Andrews of Windsor Forest, St. David, passed away on Monday 28 February 2022 at the age of 59. He was the father of Karen and Rena McSween, Kimon and Clinton McMeo, grandfather of Anaya, Anika, Destiny and Latoya, son of Magdalene Andrews, also known as Tanti Cuthlan, and Ted Joseph, stepson of Emily Joseph, brother of Matthew, Derek, Gayleen and Andy Andrews, Kathy Ann and June Jones, Damien, Delon and Natasha Joseph, Andrea and Carrie, nephew of Nita Joseph, Margaret, Hermione, Basil, Godfrey and Matthew Andrews, uncle of many including Jared, Ryan, Melvin, Joshua, Tamika, Shondi, Raymond and Marlon, father-in-law of Carmel McNeil, brother-in-law of Beverly Thomas and Dolores Andrews. Many cousins, other relatives and friends in Grenada, Canada, the USA and Trinidad, including Claudia Whiteman and family, the Louison family, Pamela Bushell and family, June and family, Nelsia Thompson, the Joseph, Paul, Antoine and Mitchell families of Windsor Forest, Rudolph, Bruno, Anthony and Paul Telesford, the staff of Customs and Excise, the pastor and congregation of Prayers of Faith Sanctuary, and friends and neighbours of Windsor Forest and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Barnabas Andrews, also known as Roger Andrews of Windsor Forest, St. David, will take place on Thursday 24th March at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Prayers of Faith Sanctuary, Windsor Forest, St. David, and interment will be at the Windsor Forest Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Lloyd Edric Chetram, also known as Babu or Caesar, of Brothers St. John, passed away on Friday 11th March 2022 at the age of 71. The funeral arrangements for the late Lloyd Edric Chetram, also known as Babu or Caesar, of Brothers St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Ian Redhead, also known as Flyers, of Hillsborough, who resided at Archibald Avenue, St. George, died on Friday 11th March 2022 at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements for the late Ian Redhead, also known as Flyers, of Hillsborough, who resided at Archibald Avenue, St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Matthew Nelista Grant of Riversally St. Patrick, who resided at La Poterie St. Andrew and at Beaulieu St. George, passed away on Thursday, March 10th, 2022, at the age of 70. The funeral arrangements for the late Matthew Nelista Grant of Riversally St. Patrick, who resided at La Poterie St. Andrew and at Beaulieu St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Monica Cynthia Knight Martin, affectionately known as Monix, of Montmort St. George, passed away on Sunday 6th March 2022 at the age of 87. The funeral arrangements for the late Monica Cynthia Knight Martin, affectionately known as Monix of Montmort St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Eric Thomas of Paraclete St. Andrew passed away on Saturday 5th March 2022 at the age of 76. The funeral arrangements for the late Eric Thomas of Paraclete St. Andrew will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Veronica Horsford, née Bascom, of Retreat St. David, who resided in the USA, passed away on Tuesday, 8th March 2022, at the age of 94. The funeral arrangements for the late Veronica Horsford, née Bascom, of Retreat St. David, who resided in the USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Joseph Peterson of Shantimel St. Patrick, who resided in the United Kingdom, passed away on Friday, 25th February in the UK at the age of 87. The funeral arrangement of the late Joseph Peterson of Shantimel St. Patrick, who resided in the United Kingdom, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Cyprian Batiste, also known as Sippo and Dread, of Pedmotar St. David, passed away on Thursday, March 3rd, 2022, at the age of 62. The funeral arrangements for the late Cyprian Batiste, also known as Sippo and Dread, of Pedmotar St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Monica Cador, née Langine, of Concord St. John, passed away on Saturday, 5th March 2022, at the age of 91. The funeral arrangements for the late Monica Cador, née Langine, of Concord St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Velma Ada Murray of Monkridge St. Patrick, who resided at Grenville Street, St. George's, passed away on Friday, 4th March 2022, at the age of 71. The funeral arrangements for the late Velma Ada Murray of Monkridge St. Patrick, who resided at Grenville Street, St. George's, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
The Bible, this book, familiar to every person on the face of the earth today, gives us directions for our life.